Greetings all. It's Wisdom Wednesday. Welcome to another journey into the depths of our spiritual exploration. Today, we stand at the threshold of understanding, ready to delve into the potent and widespread force of lust. The final contemplation in our series on the deadly sins. Join me as we navigate the intricate dance between desire and spiritual growth, uncovering the multifaceted lure of lust on our quest for enlightenment. Let us embark on this journey together with open hearts and minds, ready to discover the profound lessons lust has to teach us about our desires and our divine nature. In our final contemplation of the deadly sins, we turn our gaze to lust, a force so compelling and extensive that its influence extends far beyond the confines of sexual desire. Lust embodies the intense cravings that tug at the human heart, beckoning us towards the objects of our deepest desires. Yet, to fully grasp the significance of lust and its impact on us, it is essential to consider our spiritual foundation, the very fabric of our being that lust seeks to entangle. At this juncture, understanding what we mean by spiritual becomes pivotal. Spirituality refers to the dimension of human experience that involves a deep sense of connection to something greater than oneself. This connection encompasses a wide array of beliefs, practices, and experiences related to the quest for meaning, purpose, and transcendence. It is about seeking to understand our place in the universe, our inner selves, our connection to others, and the divine, or the ultimate reality. Spirituality often delves into the intangible, unseen aspects of life, guiding individuals towards inner peace, enlightenment, and a profound sense of harmony with the cosmos. By framing our exploration of lust within the broader context of our spiritual journey, we begin to see it as more than a mere longing for physical pleasure. Lust, in its essence, represents the epitome of all overwhelming desires that can derail us from our spiritual path. As we unpack the layers of lust, we are reminded of the importance of grounding our understanding and actions in a spiritual context, recognizing that our deepest yearnings and desires are closely linked to our quest for spiritual fulfillment and enlightenment. As we delve deeper into the essence of lust and its implications on our spiritual journey, it is crucial to acknowledge a fundamental truth. We are all inherently spiritual beings. In contemporary discourse, it is increasingly common to encounter individuals who distance themselves from organized religion. Some dismiss discussions on spirituality as woo-woo or overly esoteric, while others claim a spiritual identity, perhaps without fully grasping its depth. However, such assertions may overlook the intrinsic quality of spirituality that deeply permeates the human experience. Asserting that one is not spiritual can almost seem akin to denying one's own humanity. Spirituality, after all, is distinct from religious doctrine. It is the profound thread that weaves through our existence, connecting us to a larger tapestry of life and guiding us towards understanding the deeper meanings, purposes, and transcendental experiences that go beyond mere physicality. This innate spirituality is what lust, in its myriad forms, seeks to engage and at times exploit. Our spiritual essence is the compass that guides us through the turbulent seas of desire, offering us a beacon of light towards higher understanding and fulfillment. Recognizing our inherent spirituality is not about adopting a set of religious beliefs, but about acknowledging our place in the universe, our connection to others, and the unseen forces that shape our existence. It is about honoring the deep intuitive sense of knowing that exists within each of us, the inner voice that seeks harmony, peace, and enlightenment. In this light, our journey through the landscape of lust and its challenges becomes a pivotal chapter in our larger spiritual narrative. Understanding that we are all spiritual beings allows us to approach our desires with compassion and wisdom, recognizing them as integral aspects of our human experience that hold the potential for profound spiritual growth. It invites us to view lust not merely as a hindrance to our spiritual path, but as a catalyst for deeper self-awareness and connection with the divine essence of life. Lust, traditionally viewed through the lens of negativity, is often equated with an unbridled appetite for sexual gratification. Yet this perspective barely scratches the surface of its intricate nature. Our entanglement with lust extends into various realms of life, encompassing not just physical desires, but also an intense yearning for material wealth, power, approval, and affection. It is the intensity of our longing and the depth of our cravings that encapsulate the true essence of lust. Far from being inherently evil, lust only poses a problem when it overshadows our self-discipline and disrupts our spiritual harmony. At its core, lust transcends the mere physical acts to which it is commonly linked. It is about the desires that consume us, activating the sense organs and resonating through the very fibers of our being, consuming our thoughts and often dictating the trajectory of our lives. The Christian doctrine offers a profound insight into this, suggesting that sin, often associated with lust, manifests in thoughts, words, and deeds. This view accentuates the significant impact of our innermost reflections and verbal expressions, treating them as equally significant as the actions they inspire. By acknowledging the power of our mental and verbal engagements, this doctrine invites us to reflect on the profound ways our desires, when unchecked, can influence our spiritual path and personal integrity. With a deeper understanding of lust's spiritual implications, let us pivot to consider how external factors such as media and social influences amplify these desires. The modern landscape, particularly saturated with media that visually bombards us with sexual imagery, plays a significant part in this dynamic. Our senses, acting as gateways to desire, expose us to a world where the explicit content in advertisements and the subtle allure of movies not only glorify sexual desires, but also a lust for violence, immersing us in a perpetual state of sensory foreplay. Moreover, our dietary choices and consumption habits, such as the intake of alcohol, can further enhance susceptibility to lustful inclinations, altering our state of mind and lowering inhibitions. Even beyond the tangible, the suggestive movements we observe or partake in can serve as catalysts for desire, weaving into the very fabric of our daily interactions a thread of constant stimulation. This constant barrage of stimuli is not merely a backdrop to our lives, but a powerful force that shapes our perceptions, desires, and ultimately our actions. It prompts us to reflect on how we navigate in a world that seems to amplify lust at every turn, challenging us to maintain spiritual equilibrium and self-control amidst the noise. Recognizing the pervasive nature of these stimulants invites us to question their impact, not only on our individual psyche, but also on our collective spiritual health. How do we discern between healthy expressions of our desires and those amplified by external stimulations to the point of overshadowing our deeper spiritual needs? This realization underscores the importance of mindfulness in our consumption, be it visual, edible, or interactive, urging us to cultivate an environment that nurtures our higher selves amidst the clamor of sensory provocations. Having examined how external stimuli feed into our desires, it is crucial to explore how these desires align with or challenge our spiritual journey. This next phase of our exploration delves into the intricate dance between our innate human desire and the societal frameworks that shape our understanding and expression of these urges. At the heart of this inquiry is our relationship with sex, a primary arena of lust, often shrouded in misunderstandings and unhealthy attitudes. Unlike the animal kingdom, where sexual behavior is accepted as a natural part of existence without shame or taboo, human sexuality is frequently encumbered by societal norms and moral judgments. This stark contrast invites us to question the nature of our own natural urges and the ways in which we are conditioned to perceive and articulate them. By juxtaposing the unencumbered expressions of sexuality in the natural world with the complex, often restrictive attitudes found within human societies, we are prompted to reconsider the authenticity and healthiness of our sexual expressions. This contrast raises critical questions about our own natural urges and how we are taught to understand and express them. How do these conditioned perceptions of sex and desire reflect upon our spiritual development and personal growth? Our sexual desires, akin to our yearnings for material wealth, power, or love, are woven into the fabric of our humanity, shaped by innate biological impulses. This raises intriguing considerations. Is there a natural attraction between the sexes potentially aligned with the biological rhythms of our bodies? Do men and women perhaps, on an unconscious level, respond to each other's biological cycles? Such inquiries challenge us to reflect on whether lust, especially in its sexual manifestation, represents an excess or simply a deviation from our natural functions. Acknowledging the diversity in individual appetites is crucial, as these desires vary greatly, shaping the ways in which we pursue and fulfill our urges. As we delve into the essence of lust and its role within our existence, we are presented with a pivotal opportunity for introspection. Contemplating lust in all its dimensions encourages us to question the very nature of our human condition. If at its heart, lust represents the intense desires that captivate our being, whether they be of a sexual nature or tied to other forms of longing, then truly comprehending these urges becomes a critical step towards self-awareness. It beckons us to explore the depths of our desires. What are the things that genuinely bring us fulfillment? How do we discern between expressions of desire that nourish our well-being and those that disrupt our spiritual harmony and personal evolution? Viewing our relationship with lust and consequently with sexuality through this introspective lens provides a distinctive opportunity to reassess our spiritual and human journey. This reflection goes beyond merely managing or diminishing the intensity of our desires. It is about embracing a comprehensive understanding of how our desires are woven into the very fabric of our lives. It invites us to acknowledge our yearnings as fundamental components of our being, guiding us towards a profound connection with our inner selves and the universal spiritual essence. By wisely navigating our desires, we open the door to deeper self knowledge and an enriched bond with the transcendent aspects of existence. At this pivotal moment, it behooves us to reflect deeply on the essence of our human purpose. The question arises: should we suppress our innate impulses in the quest for spiritual and moral enlightenment, or might there exist a harmonious path that embraces both our physicality and our spiritual quests? How can we achieve a reconciliation between the natural urges of our body and our aspirations for spiritual equilibrium and self-mastery? Engaging with these queries, we recognize that the path to comprehending lust, and by extension our sexuality, demands a profound and compassionate exploration of what it means to be human. It necessitates an open recognition of our instinctual drives, paired with a conscious strategy for managing our desires. This approach enables us to respect our bodily nature while simultaneously striving for alignment with our spiritual ideals and values. In navigating these considerations, we ignite a wider dialogue on the dynamics of desire, the core of our human experience, and the quest for synchronicity between our physical and spiritual identities. Our investigation into lust transcends mere confrontation. It is an invitation to comprehend our inherent being and to cultivate a life that resonates with authenticity and harmony amidst the complex interplay of human longings and spiritual principles. To fully grasp the significance of classifying lust as a deadly sin, we must explore the foundational concept of sin itself. Throughout history, sin has been deeply rooted in religious and moral teachings, often described as a violation of divine law. The Hebrew interpretation of sin as missing the mark enriches our understanding of sin, presenting it not merely as a mistake, but as a failing to meet the divine standards set for humanity. This perspective invites us to consider that missing the mark might not always stem from a deliberate intention to deviate, but could also result from insufficient skill, incorrect information, or a faulty understanding of what is required to align with divine glory. Thus, it encourages a more compassionate view of sin, recognizing it as an opportunity for growth, learning, and realignment with our spiritual objectives, rather than solely as a conscious departure from what is divine. Viewing lust through the lens of missing the mark facilitates a deeper investigation into the complex relationship between our human desires and our spiritual goals. This perspective forces us to confront a pivotal question: Why is lust, or the act of harboring intense desires, seen as a significant spiritual transgression? The essence of this dilemma lies in acknowledging our dual nature as beings composed of both flesh and the spirit. We find ourselves perpetually navigating the tightrope that balances our earthly desires with our yearning for a connection that transcends the material, aiming for a communion with the divine. In our spiritual pilgrimage, as we endeavor to reconcile the tension between our desires and our quest for spiritual enlightenment, lust emerges not as a foe, but as a reflection of our innermost yearnings and dilemmas. It beckons us to probe the nature of our desires, encouraging us to view them not as barriers to our growth, but as indicators pointing us toward greater self-awareness and spiritual evolution. Confronting lust invites us to delve into the origins of our desires, urging us to distinguish between transient pleasures and the pursuit of genuine lasting satisfaction. This journey transcends mere renunciation of desire. It is an invitation to harmonize our deepest longings with our loftiest ideals. It propels us toward a realization that true spiritual harmony is achieved not through the denial of desire, but through its refinement and alignment with our higher spiritual callings. Amidst this exploration, a critical question arises. Why are individuals who stray from conventional religious and social constructs of morality often labeled as bad? This inquiry challenges us to scrutinize the basis upon which actions are deemed right or wrong. Acts that inflict harm upon others, such as murder, deceit, theft, and betrayal, are understandably condemned for their clear detrimental impact on human well-being and societal harmony. However, the categorization of behaviors that deviate from established norms, yet do not directly harm others, merits more in-depth consideration. This distinction beckons us to question the underlying intentions and consequences of our actions. It compels us to reflect on the nature of sin and morality, prompting us to ask whether deviation alone constitutes harm to the collective human spirit, or if such judgments are more reflective of our discomfort with the unfamiliar and the unconventional. It suggests a recalibration of our moral compass, one that prioritizes empathy, understanding, and the inherent dignity of individual choice within the context of mutual respect and non-harm. By engaging with these complex questions, we embark on a profound inquiry into what it means to live authentically and ethically within a tapestry of diverse human experiences and spiritual ideals. This exploration underscores the importance of discernment in distinguishing between actions that genuinely undermine the collective well-being and those that simply challenge the status quo. Engaging in this reflective process is integral to our spiritual journey, fostering a deeper connection with our essence and with the divine, guided by principles of love, compassion, and inclusivity. As we continue our introspective journey, delving into the depths of desire that extend beyond mere physical yearnings, we venture into the heart of our spiritual existence. This exploration leads us to a transformative understanding of sex, not simply as a physical act, but as a sacred exchange, a portal for the flow and merging of energies. Viewing sexuality through this lens invites us to reflect on the reverence with which we approach our intimate encounters and to contemplate the profound spiritual implications of our attitudes towards these experiences. The notion of inadequate reverence within the realm of sexuality theorizes that engaging in intimate acts devoid of sacredness or respect for the profound exchange taking place risks aligning us with energies that diverge from our highest spiritual aims. This absence of reverence has the potential to shift what could be a deeply spiritual communion to a solely physical interaction, or even to something that detracts from our spiritual well-being. Furthermore, the concept that sexual acts serve as channels for energy exchange sheds light on the profound spiritual importance of our intimate connections. During moments of intimacy, when individuals connect in their most vulnerable states, the energy exchanged has the capacity to transcend the physical and touch upon the spiritual. This exchange can be immensely potent and transformative, acting as a pathway for significant spiritual growth and deeper connection. However, the nature of the energies brought into this exchange heavily depends on the intentions, emotions, and spiritual alignments of the participants. The risk of casual or thoughtless coupling, opening gateways to energies that mirror the reverence or lack thereof, is a critical consideration. It implies that our sexual interactions are not just personal or physical in nature, but carry the potential to significantly affect our spiritual path and well-being. This awareness necessitates a mindful approach to our desires and the choices we make in expressing them, compelling us to account for the spiritual dimensions and repercussions of our intimate behaviors. Integrating these insights into our understanding of lust invites us to view our desires and sexual actions with a spiritual lens, recognizing the deep interplay between our physical expressions and spiritual well-being. This necessitates an approach to our sexuality that is not only marked by mindfulness and respect, but also underscored by the discernment to navigate our desires without unwittingly inviting spiritual harm. It emphasizes the importance of living consciously, ensuring that our yearnings do not inadvertently lead us into situations or connections that compromise our spiritual well-being. Trust in our journey and in the protective measures we take becomes crucial as we seek partners and experiences that align with our highest good. As we contemplate lust and its role in our spiritual pilgrimage, it is imperative to recognize the profound influence our perspectives on sexuality have on our pursuit of spiritual growth and enlightenment. Cultivating a sense of reverence and comprehending the energetic consequences of our intimate interactions invites us into a more harmonious and spiritually congruent expression of our innermost desires. As we conclude our exploration of lust and its intricate dimensions, we must confront an aspect of this deadly sin that is frequently overlooked: its inherently unsatisfying nature. Lust frequently centers not on the fulfillment of desires, but on the act of desiring itself. Prompting our imagination, a powerful force in its own right, to craft scenarios that rarely reflect our true nature or lead to satisfaction. This gap between desire and true satisfaction prompts us to consider the subtle yet powerful communications our lustful desires initiate. Within the spiritual domain, we understand that thoughts and emotions extend beyond our internal realm, serving as potent channels of energy that can shape our external reality. These energies, spawned from our unchecked desires and thoughts, wield the capacity to subtly yet significantly influence the collective spiritual balance of our world. The unspoken messages of our desires, therefore, might unknowingly add to a collective spiritual burden, weaving complexities into the fabric of our shared existence that can disturb our planetary spiritual harmony. This recognition of lust's nature urges us to reflect on our responsibility in navigating our desires. It calls for a mindful awareness of the energies we release and the silent signals we transmit into the cosmos with our thoughts and emotions. Realizing the impact of our internal dialogues and desires beckons us towards a heightened level of spiritual consciousness and accountability. It highlights the critical need to approach our desires with intention and respect, ensuring that our unvoiced communications foster a positive contribution to the spiritual wellness of our environment. Thus, lust emerges not merely as a complex emotion, but as a profound instructor, illuminating the depth of our desires and the broader consequences of our engagement with them on a mental and emotional plane. It challenges us to rise above superficial longing, inviting us to ponder the spiritual ramifications of our desires. By encouraging us to harmonize our yearnings with our highest ethical standards, lust transforms from a potential pitfall into a powerful catalyst for both personal enlightenment and collective spiritual advancement. As we bring our exploration of the deadly sins to a close, let us reflect on the invaluable insights lust provides, urging us to refine our comprehension of desire and its role in our spiritual odyssey. By confronting the inherent dissatisfaction that lust often brings and recognizing the powerful energies our desires can unleash, we step into a realm of heightened spiritual awareness and accountability. This journey empowers us to foster a world imbued with the loftiest ideals of love, compassion, and spiritual unity. Thank you for joining me on this profound journey into the nature of lust and its intricate role in our spiritual evolution. Today's exploration has invited us to reflect deeply on our desires, their origins, and their impacts on our quest for spiritual enlightenment. As we conclude, I encourage you to ponder a few thought-provoking questions that may further illuminate your path. What aspects of lust challenge you the most on your spiritual path? How can we balance our natural desires with our aspiration for spiritual growth? And in what ways can acknowledging and understanding our desires lead to deeper spiritual enlightenment? Reflecting on these questions can provide valuable insights into your personal journey and how you navigate the interplay between your desires and your spiritual aspirations. If today's discussions has sparked new thoughts or affirmed your experiences, I warmly invite you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your engagement helps spread these vital messages, widening our community of seekers who are dedicated to walking a path of wisdom, insight, and spiritual growth. Remember, each conscious step we take draws us closer to our true selves and the divine essence that connects us all. Let us continue to seek, grow, and allow the brilliance of our spirits to light the way for ourselves and others. Until we meet again, keep reflecting, sharing your journey, and contributing to our collective enlightenment. Together, let us forge ahead on our spiritual paths, enriched by the insights we have shared and the community we are building. Your support in sharing these profound messages expands our circle of enlightenment and encourages us all to explore the depths of our beings. Thank you once again for your presence and participation in today's enlightening discussion. Until we meet again, continue to seek, grow, and let the light of your spirit guide you and inspire those around you.